All right, I am here with Shelob, child of Ungoliant. What's neat about this is it turns your opponent's creatures into food if it's responsible for killing it. And you make it responsible by having a bunch of prey-upons, fight effects, whatever you want to call. I call them prey-upons, but everything that makes your spider attack your opponent's creatures, you just run it. And there's a bunch of them. There's like 15 or 20. There's two that I'm not running because they're like 4 mana and kind of janky, but I'm running all the others. So this sort of has hexproof. Ward 2 isn't bad, but can still easily die. But you just try to slam this into play, have it kill your opponent's creatures, and then it does kind of what Yizug does, which is turn them into artifacts. Except instead of my own creatures, it's my opponent's creatures. So I don't have a lot of creatures in here, although that's kind of normal for me anyways. But we'll see how that works. Other spiders work as well. This does have to be in play already for that to matter, so I don't really see that as relevant, right? If you have Shelob in play, it doesn't, like, are these going to matter? I don't think so, the 2/1s on this. There's the other spider too, this. This can draft a prey upon effect, so I like it kind of just for that. The other spiders or whatever, but you can just find more prey upons. I like Casualties of War as like my top end. I don't have Ulamog or any like Cityscape Leveler isn't in here. I'm just really trying to get this into play, keep it alive. I have protection spells, Blossoming Defense. Did I put the... I did. I put Swiftfoot Boots and Mirror Shield in here, so to give it like permanent hexproof, if that is a possibility. I like Journey to Eternity. I don't have a ton of ways to sacrifice my own stuff, though, like I did the other deck I was playing, so it's not as exciting. But if my commander dies, and maybe I slap this on a mana dork, I can just pull this out of my graveyard instead of the command zone, which is way more powerful, especially at instant speed. Obviously, we have the One Ring, Shieldred, because we're in black, Davriel, and I think that is it. I could have more top end, finish the game kind of spells in here, but for now, I'm just going to try to go all in on my commander to see how that feels. If I need, like, Primal Command Ulamog every game, then I guess I can slap that in here as well, but for now, this is what it looks like. And we will see how we do. Remember, I stream over on Twitch about like 6:30 p.m. Eastern-ish, almost every day. So if you're interested in watching, please come check me out there. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. Smeagol. All right, so another black-green deck. Doesn't have a lot of things I'm excited to steal, I don't think. Could be wrong. But I think it's like a lower to the ground deck, so it's not as exciting. I guess that means my commander will be a very solid blocker, though, for like a long time. Maybe. Alright, they played Other Golem. I found the most degenerate card in the game. I don't see why I shouldn't play it. Leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you, sack a creature. Sure. Good old One Ring. Alright, do I just play this? Well, let's see what's under this first, I guess. Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, let's play this. Whoa, my opponent has some crazy stuff. So how does this work? Target opponent reveals the top card, reveal land. Okay. They have Ashnod's Altar. I don't see a reanimation spell, but I have one in play, so if I can steal my opponent's Crystal Brand, I basically win the game. Like, instantly. Almost. They have the Crux of Fate, their own board. They do have a way to trigger death, though. They stole a land and milled some stuff. I don't know if they want to do that, because Cruelty of Gix will be a problem. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that's just not correct. I kind of want Casualties of War. Okay, so next turn I steal Gristlebrand. And they are putting this in play, so they're going to have to kill their own commander. Maybe they weren't thinking about that as a possibility. Yeah, I think they're realizing that now. Because they're going to have to sweep the board anyways. Oh, I guess they tapped wrong too, right? They can't do this now? Yeah, they tapped wrong. They didn't leave up a black source. I'm actually very close to dying, though. But I have this in play. I can give it haste. And then I can put this on it before my opponent sweeps the board, because they literally have to, or they are dead. Would this work? I wonder if this would have actually gained me life. I wasn't aware of this. This wasn't on my radar. I guess that actually would have triggered life gain. My bad. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite me. Okay, so they can use their creatures for 4 mana here. Just kind of a net positive. But this doesn't really change much. Sacrifice a creature, graveyard to your hands. You know, I mean, they have to Crux of Fate. And now we have to combat the life loss from the One Ring, which will kill us very soon. Okay, my opponent did not Crux of Fate, which was probably the worst decision possible, in my opinion. Maybe it isn't, but I think it is. I don't think this is ever... I think that was terrible. Yeah, I mean, Gristlebrand's the strongest thing in the game. I don't think they should have let me untap with this thing. That was probably a mistake. You had the answer. So now I get to kind of annihilate their stuff. I don't even need my commander. Yep, you got it. I don't really care about that. Assemble the team. Shieldred will be nice. And do I guess I can leave up... You know what? Let's just leave up Assassin's Trophy and Blossoming Defense. Excuse me, Safekeeping, because now we can make Gristlebrand indestructible after the Crux of Fate is cast. And maybe Assassin's Trophy is better than not Assassin's Trophy. Okay, my opponent has conceded to not sweeping the board for another turn cycle. The ring tempts you whenever you choose. I don't think I... What am I blowing up with this? One of these two? Beginning of your upkeep, the ring tempts you. I guess I'm going to blow that up. That's more of a problem than everything else I'm looking at, so... If I try to target one of their creatures, they just Ashnod's altar, but... No, there's no reason to alter, because it's actually dying. You don't have to do that. It's not like a prey upon effect. Okie dokie. I mean, it's kind of insane to not cast this Crux of Fate here. I mean, they're almost dead if they don't. Okay, so my opponent played Nissa and then immediately killed it for no reason. Yeah, I don't... My opponent literally let me have a Gristlebrand in play for 2 turns. It's like, what are you doing? Okay, Ivy. It's not Emoti. No, I don't want to keep this. I think my goal is to get my commander in play as fast as possible, which involves stuff like this. It has the One Ring again, because of course it does. Card is so dumb. Oh no, I can't do anything about that. Oh well. Well, this would have been nice to have turn 1, but it's still nice always. Interestingly enough, this actually doesn't have reach. It's a spider that does not have reach. Which kind of means it's almost totally dead and pointless in this matchup. We'll see. I think this is a little bit more important in the given situation than my One Ring. Opponent's leaving up some sort of combat trick, because, I mean, their deck... Oh, it's like Feather. I should have said it's more like Feather than it is Saram. Okay, fortunately that doesn't... This doesn't have any power, and that still doesn't make it go through my reach creature. But they do have combat tricks, I am sure. That is a combat trick. Sort of. Sorcery speed, though. Guess I'm taking 12. And then... I mean, in this turn cycle, I wish I had played the One Ring for sure, but I didn't. So if I play this... here? I'm happy? I'm realizing I don't actually have to play my commander to use the Prey of Pawns. I actually have one of my other threats here. Opponent's feeling pretty helpless without their commander in play, huh? Looks like I might have to punish that. Looks like they have another card, though, that's 1 mana. Yep, they do. Pretty unfortunate, but alright. Maybe I shouldn't even have tapped the ring here, and it was wrong. Don't see why I shouldn't put this in play. No motive to swing, and now my opponent somehow has to get through this. It has Ward 2, it's not impossible. They have bounce spells. I guess Kenrith's Transformation is another problem. But they have to do some crazy stuff for this to be, like, super problematic for me. I am at 12 with the One Ring. And I don't know if I'm done tapping it, so... it is what it is. Alright, looking for Davriel, Shieldred. Something that makes me sacrifice stuff. Tap, tap. So I can play this and still leave up Bite down. What does this do? Draw 2. Alright, I'm just going to force the issue. You and... which one's the real emote? This one? Fine. I'm going to force the issue. Wait, what? Okay. They phased out their commander so it can't attack. And they phased out my Broodmother. Okay. Strange. Let's see if we find a thing to keep us alive. A food token is fine. I guess I'll just take the... let's play this. Yeah, I think the One Ring is going to kill me here. And I don't believe I can leave up all the creatures my opponent currently has sitting. This gives me a food. And funny enough, an actual mana rock. That's really funny. Okay, so there's 4 attackers, 4 blockers. I have another instant speed removal spell. I don't know how my opponent has an attack here. I might actually have to draw here. I think we should draw. That's really trippy. That thing has so much text on it. That is so trippy. Casualties of War is alright. Let's see if this works. I mean, something's going to have to kill their commander eventually. Nice! Wow! Alright, so Toski's mono green. Which means... there's still no mana dork. Ugh. They're on the... I'm on the draw. I really want, like... come on. Alright, whatever. Do I put this back? Put one of these back, right? Alright, I guess I should have kept the first hand. I don't know, I really want it a faster hand because I'm going to lose to this. I'm going to lose to just them playing stuff like this. Yep. Next turn I've probably already lost the game. Or is it the turn after? Hard to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not fast enough. Alright, so I guess it's next turn. Where I've almost already lost. It's kind of like playing against Gix. Okay, let's play you. Play you. This is a good draw. It means it kind of stonewalls the 1/1s just a little bit. So that's actually quite nice. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need this 1/3 to survive. Yep, there it is. But now I have a pretty solid blocker. Are these foods or treasures? Yeah, they're treasures. Yeah, we're not upset about this. That was actually, yeah, this is like a life-saving draw here. This is indestructible, but I will have an 8/8 that is hopefully difficult to deal with. There's no merit in untapping a land as a 3/3, because it'll just be tapped. And if I get to untap with my commander, Mirror Shield is very good, but they're mono green, so there's not a ton of things they can do. They have like Kenrith's Transformation, which is just one card. Fight effects of their own, if they ever get to that point with like a large enough creature. But Toski likes to go wide, so don't expect too many tall creatures. What was this? Oh, okay. Surprised they didn't just play as a creature. Might as well, right? Alright, well, they have one of them. Have a tall creature. It's not tall enough, but I also didn't put Mirror Shield in play yet, so they can't actually naturalize it now. They chose Shield Counter, sure. So I can block it twice, and it would still just sort of bounce off my commander. That was a very, very, very good draw. I have to tap my Mana Dork to cast it, but that's fine. What's the equip cost on this? 2? Alright. So let's play... you know what? Let's actually do this. I want this. Or do I want this? I think I want this, actually. I think I just want that. And then play you. Treasure or gaining life? Let's do the treasure. And no real attack. Okay. And now if I let them hit me with Toski, they actually just start losing a bunch of life. But I still don't think that doesn't make a lot of sense. This as a artifact is awesome. This is just sitting here, right? It's gonna probably sit here for the rest of the game. Gain 2 life, make treasure. That's really funny. Alright. Almost big enough, but again, not big enough. Well, I guess it is big enough, but I have Death Touch and stuff, so. And I draw a ton of this effect, because my deck is riddled with it. You to you. Right? Yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to be a problem. So I shall turn it into a food. I shall make some more Spooders. And I shall pass. Yes! Yes! This is great. Gishath? Gusheth? Trample, Vigilance, Haste, 8 mana, deals combat damage to a player, reveal many cards on top of your library. Okay, so dinosaurs specific. Not as scary. You could have Galta, could have, what is it? An uncasted, whatever you call them. The name eludes me. I feel like an idiot right now. I actually have no idea what the name of the card is. Shoot. What is the name of the card? Opponent missed their land drop. What the? Okay. Well, that's not good, opponent. That is not good. Maybe this is a Doomscar and they just need a third land to blow up my stuff the first go around, maybe? Oh, they top decked a green source and a land, so that's unfortunate. Or I guess I should say fortunate. I actually have a game to play here. I don't just steamroll them. But whatever the other one is that has like a lightning bolt, naturalize, and life gain attached to it. Looks like they might kill this, which is fine. Oh, they have to reveal a dinosaur. Alright, cool, cool. Dinosaurs are pretty big. They are pretty big. So, I kind of want to play this, but I really want to play this here. And if this dies somehow, we are not upset. Can I blow up my own stuff? No. Alright, so if ever they play something problematic, I will have this. Okay, we both have all the mana in the world. I don't really see any merit in blowing up Gilded Lotus. Yeah, I don't see any merit in that. Let's just play you and pass. Do I keep this in hand? Probably. Alright. So it kills the Terra Skew. Or the Tarask. Actually, I don't know how that's pronounced. Of course, my opponent has the best answer in the game. Well, no, they're actually white. They have white, so that's not the best answer. I can Boseiju it, though. Ooh, is this a blowout? I think this is a blowout. I think we have a blowout, ladies and gentlemen. Good thing I didn't play that Boseiju, huh? Nice. Haha, nice. Alright, now I will blow up the Gilded Lotus. Opponent's commander has been taxed. No real attack, though. They still have this in hand, which can have haste pretty easily. It was a Doomscar. I knew it. I knew it. Alright. So I reanimate my commander. The Doomscar literally didn't do anything at all. Zakama. That was the card I was thinking of. Zakama was the card I was thinking of. Okay, so let's get a forest. Is there a problem with this Zakama if I let them untap? I don't... It cannot target this anymore. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 9/9? Yeah. I'm going to have to do this here. I literally have to do this, so... I don't have a choice. Letting them untap with Zakama is, like, crazy. Alright, so now I have a Zakama. But I can only use the naturalizes, which is far and away good enough. I will take it. Alright, I will gladly trade. They cannot fight the spider. No, wait, don't they just kill each other, though? It's a fight. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll take it. And I will pass. I will sit here for the rest of the for the rest of time, opponent. Opponent, please don't swing. Please, just don't do it. Don't suffer anymore. You know what's going to happen. Just do not swing. Yes. All right. Opponent wisened up. Love to see it. Unfortunately, I have this. Oh, dude, they're not scooping. They're not scooping. They're not having it. All right. Okay. Opponent is down for war. They are not done. Opponent is not done with me. All right, let's play this as a creature. It doesn't really matter. If they sweep my board again, you know what? We're not upset. All right. I got the old 6-mana draw too. So be it. Fair enough. I don't even have a reason to heroic intervention. Alright, they can sauce me for 3 here. I can eat some of these food. Like, this doesn't do anything. I can just eat it. What does this flip into? Wait, no, it doesn't matter. Let me just block. Doesn't matter. Just reanimate. Oh, I guess I blocked with the wrong one. The token had trample. Fair enough. Let's just eat that one. It doesn't really do anything. Alright. I don't have a creature in my hand. Doesn't really matter. You to you. I should get a 3/3 dinosaur token out of this. Yeah. I gotta be careful with my attacks, because I can get scammed. I can get a bit scammed with my opponent's commander. I do not have an instant speed prey upon, or fight. And if it hits something crazy, I mean, Zakama's already gone, though. They can't have any artifacts or enchantments that are a problem either. Okay, that doesn't have haste. Actually, that must block now, I believe. I believe that Gulta just must block. Oh, I have red. I have red off of the... Look at that, dude. I can actually lightning bolt their token. Oh, man. That's awesome. I actually had red mana. So they must block my commander. And then they take 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do this. Oh, did I miss lethal? Oh my god, I missed lethal. I'm sorry. I missed lethal, dude. That's my bad. I forgot I had, like, removal spells in my hand. I'm so used to, you know, not having them. Alright, that's my bad. I just BM'd my opponent. Yep, alright, they scooped anyways. They scooped probably in their mind. They thought I hadn't actually gone to combat yet. Because what I did literally made no sense. So they probably scooped thinking like, oh, he's just going to swing and kill me. But, alright. Haven't lost a game yet. But that is subject to change. Lord Cheeseburger playing Gandalf could be the backbreaker. I'm on the play with a nice mana dork here. Well, not a nice one, but, you know, a decent one. It doesn't cost 1 mana. I get a Mirror Shield in play this time. That's nice, especially against a mono-white deck. Could be pretty good. Is there any merit in doing this? I don't think so. Let's just do this. And, wait, whoa. How does this read? Deals damage to its power. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. Because it doesn't kill my Paradise Druid. Fine. It's kind of goofy, but I don't want this in play. This is also very strange. Usually Gandalf is all artifacts and crazy stuff. So that's interesting. The One Ring is busted, so no reprieve, please? Or Mana Tithe is fine. Alright. I can't possibly draw any castable spell, so... Actually, that's not true. That is not true. I can, in fact, draw a castable spell. Enters the battlefield up to 1 per... Sure. It's a strange card to see. Actually, very strange. Maybe they just have it in here because it has the word flash on it. The bottom part's decent enough, I guess. Just still kind of weird. Am I blocking? My opponent is not swinging. I am not blocking. We could bank on our opponent killing this, because it's probably going to win the game. It's hard for it not to do that, especially when I draw stuff like this. So I want to put this here, and then I want to try to just Journey to Eternity it, and then make my opponent's attacks incredibly difficult for the rest of this game. Like this. So now my opponent can't really do too much to stop this, right? Like, the only way to stop this is to kill it. I would like a turn window to get Shieldred in play, but this turn cycle, I assume they're going to play Gandalf. But Shieldred with shields down is nice. It's just going to be very difficult to do that. Nykthos, okay. Nykthos means less on the artifact thing, I would assume. Okay. I want to go for my commander, but I also don't want it to get hit by anything depressing. Gandalf notably does not fly. So all of their stuff having flash is kind of spooky, but so be it. There's some things in their deck that don't have flash, I assume. It's just the exile effects that are a problem. If we can stonewall attacks for a long time, that's good. If I can get the mirror shield on Shieldred, that's also insane. I just don't expect to be able to do that. But let's try. At the very least, I get to gain some life from this turn cycle of card draw. Sure, it looks like looting for... They probably should have played this on their own turn because they missed their land drop, right? No, they didn't. They did not miss their land drop. Okay. Yep, they venture twice. But now it's Swords to Plowshares are bust. As much as I'd love to... give this hex... Actually, you know what? No. Let's do this. I'm not going to use a Prey Upon this turn. Oh, maybe I am. Maybe I can. Okay, so you to Gandalf? Sure. It'll slow him down substantially. And no merit in attacking. Get rid of a land. So they need a board wipe, but it seems like a creature-heavy deck. But they did scry on top. I don't know what that means. Farewell would be kind of bad. That's not farewell. Opponent is passing with Gandalf mana up. But unless they have a way to stop this, I'm going to absolutely run away with the game. I suppose I could have played Davriel first to see what my deal was, but I don't necessarily have to. I can just take this time to play a bunch of mana. Counterspell's good. Approach almost wins in the single turn cycle, but not as it stands. I think I'll take the Counterspell, actually. Feels a little bit better. And I don't see a reason to play a Prey Upon effect as it stands. So let's just play... Okay, that's fine. I will not swing with the Paradise Druid because, again, it still has that stupid powerful land under it. I don't care about Gandalf. I don't know. Maybe the goose seems better in this spot than the Llanowar elves. Maybe the food production could do something at some point in this game. I doubt it, but it's probably just slightly better. It flies. Block a flyer. I don't think I need the mana. Also, this does have a bunch of mana under it if I make a bunch of food with itself or Shelob. Shulub. Shalube. Yep. If my opponent's, like, sitting here waiting for me to go for my commander, I don't see a reason to ever really go for my commander. Right? I just don't see a reason. Okay, let's see what Davriel's got for me. I do have a counterspell up now, so maybe I can just worry about everything ever just less. I got crap. Fine. At least the negative part was good. I can sacrifice my Paradise Druid. And I can sacrifice a land. Yeah, so at least I got that. The negative was better than the positive. That's really funny. I guess I can't even play Manor Guardian. I don't want my opponent to actually use that. That would be kind of problematic, I think. Could be fine, though. So there's a lot of stuff my opponent has in play I don't even really care about. But at this point, we can just sort of play this, right? I don't really care. I don't even have to give this hexproof. I just don't care. I can reanimate it as much as I want now. And I'm not going to tap the ring because I'll discard. You just wait. What does this do? Look at the top 7, 2 counters. You know what? I forbade you. I will be upset. Alright, good. Maybe it could be mana tithe and they realize I have mana. Could just be another flash thing in response. Yep. Okay, that's actually really scary. Oh! It didn't do anything. Really? Wow. It just didn't do anything at all. Ends the battlefield, put an aura or equipment from your hand. Oh, never mind. I thought it could go tutor them. Okay. I'll gain 10 life, draw a bunch of cards. Or 6 life, gain 12, whatever. I gotta be careful not to deck out. I don't think I've ever decked out, but you know, it's possible. It's possible. I'm gonna keep Davriel around. I can't pull him out of the command zone like I have been prior when he's your commander. Okay, so let's play you. Let's see what my opponent's got in hand. Let's force the issue. Assuming it's a creature. Could be kind of anything with Gandalf in play. I think my opponent's best bet is to just make me deck out at this point. Probably. But I think Sheoldred would kill them before I would anyways. Another legendary enters the battlefield. Okay. I'm also not upset if my opponent just vomits their hand into play. Because that will certainly force some kind of issue. Alright, so they have Teferi's Protection, which is kind of annoying. Not terrible, though. Alright, let's kill as Ward 1. So let's go here to... What do we want to kill? This has lifelink, so I guess I do want to kill that. I can't kill this permanently. It would actually make them draw a card with the Ichor Wellspring. Let's actually take out Lauren. Lauren seems spooky. Whenever... Yeah, that's just a good thing to have sitting in play as well. That's just a very solid thing. I'm not upset about that. Okay, let's play you. Let's play you. Play you. And... pass? Do I have any attacks? No, I left them with the first striker, so not really. Alright. I am at 60. Teferi's Protection's kind of spooky. Kind of. Oh no! So they blow up my Cruelty of Gix. No tutor or reanimate. Oh, Swiftfoot Boots. I see. Oh, right, because they can do 2 of them. Gotcha. Don't think this game is about that, though. Like, that wasn't really... That wasn't doing much here. Alright, so I gotta be kind of careful with drawing cards at this point. This count is pretty solid. And stacking 2 permanents isn't a big deal. Is what it is. Okay, so I'll play you. Draw. I'm curious how my opponent will actually block when I go to, like, swing like a madman. Okay, so let's swing with Shelob? Does that make sense? I think it does. They can't really block it with a ton of things. They need 2 artifacts for this to come back. They only have 1. But I eventually have to start chipping through, I think. So I leave that in the graveyard because I can get it back at some point later. And I pass. Guess I can play that. Suppose I can just run out these mana dorks. Thems is free. Alright. So if my opponent isn't on their P's and Q's, they might not be aware. I can just instant speed reanimate my commander. Okay. That was a good draw. Teferi's Protection does not make them unblockable. It's just phases out or whatever, so they can't, like, Alpha Strike and make it so I can't hit them. Alright, so my opponent might not be aware, or they're just trying to bait me into doing this. Oh man, I forgot this dude was even in play. Yep, alright, so my opponent wasn't aware I could do that. Now has to feel bad about doing what they just did. This is a crazy, crazy game, but I think I'm just going to slowly pull ahead to the point where, like, nothing matters. Conduit of Worlds is just good. And pass? I can't deal damage to them. They have Teferi's Protection, so... Alright. You're at 11. Still no second artifact. Oh, they found it. Alright, so they can get the Metalwork Colossus back. They can... I believe it's only enters triggers, not death. So they only draw 1 off of this with the Gandalf. Yeah. Dude, these games have been absolutely crazy. These gummed up back and forths. Although I think I've been in a very favorable position for quite a while, though, so... Oh, it does trigger twice. Okay. They almost just straight killed themselves, but I guess they have to get something going. I think my opponent's committing the old Sudoku, as they call it in the industry. The old Sudoku here. Go out with a bang. Yep, it's got first strike, so they can at least gain 6. But it will die to my block. Trigger the Danitha again. Doesn't do anything. Yep. Oh, Wizard's Rockets. Okay. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's eat. Let's just eat a food to get it off the battlefield, because it's going to make my board state all gummed up and hard to see what's going on. Is there anything to reanimate? There is. Sure. I will grab a Lenore Elves. Steel yourself, for I have the gas. I could have absolutely decked out this game if I kept tapping the ring. I absolutely could have just lost the game. Alright, so land, enchantment, creature, artifact. Yes. So artifact, creature, enchantment, land. And I will pay for the ward. Yep. Now with those blockers out of, or that one blocker out of the way, I believe my opponent's dead on board. Let's see, this is dead. They have 2 blockers. They block 9 and 4. And they take 1, 2... Oh, this is actually a 3/3. So 1, 2, 3, because they can animate a land. 4, 5, 6. And then these 2. Okay, yeah, so we actually had them dead. Even without the casualties of war, they were dead. But with this much mana, I don't think I would swing until I, you know, they were tapped lower, because I don't want to get hit by Settle the Wreckage, Wandering Emperor, or something like that. Wandering Emperor would be kind of a problem. I guess not so much for Shieldred, because she's got haste. I mean, hexproof, and I can just reanimate and do it again, so. Yeah, GG's. It was a back and forth, and then I just pulled ahead early, and it just started to snowball, right? I had a 1 ring, and I tapped it, what, 6 times or 5 times? And, drew so many cards, and then I found Shieldred, which is pretty easy. Once you start drawing like 5 cards a turn, it's pretty reliable to find Davriel or Shieldred or a tutor to find them. So I undo the life loss. And then once the board state's in a position where my opponent can't really swing, I don't have to swing to close the game out, because I'm going to drown them in card advantage, and I'll win that way. I don't have to attack my opponent's life total. I can just sit here behind a wall of nonsense. My opponent has stone cold no answer to this. And even if they did, it's not enough. I never even went for this. I probably could have been spamming this to get, what is it? Sentinel Spider's my favorite spider. I love that spider. Prey Upon. I can just like spam this to get Prey Upons, and then use those Prey Upons to just kill my opponent's board, and they have no recourse. There's just nothing they can do. Alright, we're bumping into the matchups that are terrible now, which is unfortunate, because everybody has like creature light decks, and we just lose to said creature light decks. I'm going to keep this on the merit of just doing this, and if it's not good enough, I scoop anyway, so. If this Ornithopter of Paradise dies, or I don't draw a green source, we can move on with our lives. No removal spell, but looks like a counter spell. If they weren't willing to counter it, I suppose that means they're not going to top deck a removal spell and kill it that way. Okay, so I play you and you, and if we get Ritual of Sooted, so be it. Casualties of War is decent here, but I would like a second permanent type of relevance before I cast it. Probably go for my commander first, but again, they have to have like no Ritual of Soot or anything. They only have 1 black source though, for a 4-mana spell at least. Resolving my commander doesn't even feel like an exciting prospect anyways. I assume it will get countered. I'm not really upset about that, because again, they don't really have anything I care to kill, so it just doesn't really matter. Right, it's just like doesn't really matter. My commander is not that relevant. I'm going to prevent them from poking me if I can. Sauron has ward unless I sack a legendary artifact or legendary creature, which I have none of. Okay, so this means they probably have the Nazguls in their deck. Okay. This is the best the Blossoming Defense is going to get, probably. Not upset about that one. Alright, yeah, let's actually do this now. Land, creature. I'm the only one with an artifact. Let's blow up this. Set their black source farther away. Alright. Maybe the tempo will get me there. What? Okay. Very strange. I almost want to cycle this, but I'll just get more mana. Nah, there's no merit in making a 3/3 land here, I don't think. Alright, so they need an untapped black source. Okay, so no Sauron this turn, I guess. I don't have a legendary creature, though, so I can't prey upon Sauron, which is really unfortunate. Having a food version of Sauron would be, like, really nice. This is a better spot than I would expect to be in this spot. Let's lead with this. Can I play that first? No. Okay. My commander's in play. I need a legendary to sacrifice to Sauron, otherwise I can't do anything. This token has menace, I can't block it. Oh no, the One Ring! No! They got the One Ring out of the way. How unfortunate. Alright, so let's do this. And then I guess I kill the token as well. Because it's kind of spooky. I'll eat that food. It's fine. Swing. I suppose I could have swung with this as well. Not really any reason not to. Doesn't really change the clock, though. This is a very interesting game so far. I don't know how I've gotten this far. Oh, I should have made a 3/3. Wow. We won! So, it's really cool. If your opponent has any amount of creatures in their deck, this is a really good commander. It's like really good. It protects itself fairly reliably. It's an 8/8, so it's a big threat, and it's kind of scary for your opponent to, you know, have hit them over and over. It's just a solid blocker. I wish it had reach, but if it did have reach, it would probably be like maybe too insane, because your opponent can like never swing at you ever with any avenue. But it is weird to see a spider without reach, especially like a big legendary one. But regardless, it was just solid. Every time it was in play and I had one of my million prey upon effects, I just stole creatures. Some of them were super relevant, some of them it didn't matter, but it was just too much value and your opponent just can't do anything. The One Ring with Shieldred and Davriel is also just very, very, very good. You could put more powerful black things in here, but I just, again, really wanted to see what it was like to go all in on just the spider. And it always worked outside of, I think, what I lost 2 games. Yeah, of all the games I played, I lost 2 of them, and 2 of them were against decks that did not have any creatures. So I just died. Atraxa didn't really have any creatures. Or it kind of did, actually. It kind of did. And the other one, the blue-red, is it Dal or Rousarek guy, just didn't have any creatures, so it just didn't do anything. And swinging with the 6-mana 8/8 is not really fast enough. I need other things to do, and if I'm all in on that, it's just not going to be good enough against creatureless decks. Casualties of War is just good. I would still be very adamant to not play tap lands, especially when you're playing turn 1 mana sources that you want to, like, you know, cast. Tap lands are just not really worth it. The man lands and all the other dual colored lands that you might play in a 2-color deck. I don't even really like Blooming Marsh. Tap lands are just like in a slow format like this, where every turn is kind of like, you know, the early turns are a big deal. You don't really want to ever time walk yourself because you couldn't play something and you're off curve now because you had one tap land that like maybe fixed your colors or maybe is a man land in the future. I just don't really, the value you get from them is not that great, and I don't think it's worth it. But back to the deck as is. I liked everything. Obviously, Assemble Team is great. The removal felt fine. I had this in play reliably enough and kept it alive enough to where I could actually use my removal, which is really, really nice. Journey to Eternity in all black green decks is just solid. Davriel can make you sacrifice permanents as one of his deals. So you actually do have a way to sacrifice your own thing. It's kind of funny, but it's possible. You could probably drop some of the 4 mana ramp, maybe? Like turn 1 mana dork or turn 2 mana rock or something into turn 4 this, turn 5 this, or what. It's like kind of cool, but these might be better as actual threats instead. I don't know how much ramp I really need when my curve kind of stops at 4 already outside of my actual commander, but that's not super. It's not like it's a Tali or a Modi, right? I don't really like try to get it into play super fast and win. It's like I could do other things in the meantime, but even still, just casting it and sitting on it, I don't need more mana after that to do more explosive stuff. So, but as it stood, it was a really good commander, and I liked it. It was just fun to play as well. Not terribly common too, so people kind of get confused of what you're doing, and you just beat them up, and they're like, oh. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this list. Remember, I stream over on Twitch almost every day, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, roughly. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.